My little digger attracts a lot of different comments, but two keep cropping up. First, that I simply shouldn't have bought something from China. They get very emotional with their feedback and regard my choice as not very patriotic. To be honest, they all sound like this guy.
Okay.
The other thing that gets said a lot is that it's just too weak. It's not powerful enough. If it was a human, it would get laughed out the gym. So I'm bringing the gym to it.
Okay, it's quite early in proceedings, but already I'm switching to driving it because Jen moved about 2 foot and nearly killed everybody within the vicinity. In Jen's defence, that is the jerkiest anything I've ever jerked about on.
We're going to load this thing up with increasing amounts of weight until it can't get it off the floor.
As a fitness YouTuber of some fame, I can tell you that's referred to as training to failure. If you're now thinking, goodness me, this is the crossover between the two channels we've been waiting for how long till the speed walking clip turns up? Not long. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get one of my barbells from the gym, somehow attach it to this, and we're going to see what it can lift. I'm actually curious, can it lift more than I can lift? We'll see. Can it lift more than Jen can lift? And all we are looking for is, does it come off the deck? That's all we want to achieve here.
20 kilos, couple of warm-up reps. Warm. First challenge, 40 kilos, 10 on either side.
40 kilos, obviously very straightforward. In fact, so straightforward, we're going to simply double the weight.
I'm on.
It's official, the digger is stronger than Jen. Right, 80 was so straightforward, we're going to just jump straight up another 50 kilos, making it 130, or about the same size weight as a quite fat man. Jen wants me to point out that's actually a very fat man.
Picks up a fat man easily.
We're going to make a big jump because I think this is actually going to handle all the weights we've got. Right, we've got 200 kilos, 190 kilos on the bar and 10 in the bucket. 200 kilos, that is a solid deadlift. It is almost my maximum deadlift. Right, it just did 200 kilos with ease. We've run out of space on the bar, so I'm not sure what to do next. We've just thrown on two 30 kilo dumbbells, giving it 260. That's about 570 pounds. We are now way beyond even the gym broist, Gym Bros deadlift. If it does this, and we have one more derogatory comment about Jen's tractor driving, Louis Theroux might turn up. I'm not sure what to do next. Just keep putting more dumbbells on, I guess.
300 kilos.
It is getting it off the ground, but it's not like it could move around with it. That's not the point. Just like in weightlifting, you lift it off the ground. You don't have to then jog around with the thing. Jen said, oh, but they do in Hyrox. I've explained this is not Hyrox. Everyone here is wearing their clothes appropriately at the moment. Right, 380 kilos, and we've gone full on Gym Bro dickhead and rubber banded the weights on the end of the bar to stop sliding off. I would imagine Gymshark contract in the post as we speak.
400 kilos, and now the last of our reasonably sized dumbbells.
Right, 400 kilos, and it did not get off the ground. It's not coming up. That's what she said. Now we can work backwards. So 400 kilos, we're just going to take some weights off until we find a point where it can lift it. 390 kilos, which is massive for a little machine that only weighs 650. I actually wonder how that translates to bigger machines. Like if you've got a 4-ton digger, it's the equivalent of it lifting, what's the maths on that? I'll put the maths on the screen. No, I won't. I'll do an easier sum. Imagine you've got a 6-ton digger. It's like it lifting almost 4 tons. Can a 6-ton digger lift 4 tons? Seems unlikely. Right, the challenge now is to see whether it can lift the bar on its own and move around at the same time.
And the answer is obviously yes, 200 kilograms here and clearly no issue at all. And even swinging that weight out over the side and things were 100% rock stable still. It's obviously not the strongest tool there is, but it's not quite as puny as many thought. And for those now diving into the comments to say that we could have blown the thing up, maxing it out like this, calm down mum. This is a new machine with a perfectly functioning relief valve. In general use it will often hit a tree root or something similar that will stall the hydraulics. What we did here was at its limit, but done slow and only for a short space of time.
200 kilos, about a third of what this thing weighs.
Highly impressed. Can lift more than your average gym bro and doesn't mind a woman in control. Clearly the countryside immune to the manosphere.